Before we get into this review of the Alfa Giulia, will you please click the subscribe button below? Thanks. So I'm in the Alfa Romeo Giulia. This is not the Quadrifoglio, whatever that's called. This is a diesel. I have to drive to think. I have to think. I can't think. It's so hard to quantify this car, and that's the problem. This is an Italian car, and so I can drive with the window open. I won't hear bob 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 bob. I could drive it. Look, both that window over there as well open. Nothing. I think Italians actually test cars. I like that. I think they go out and test the aerodynamics to make sure that you can't hear wop 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 whenever you're going. Let's start off by giving you a history lesson here. The Alfa 159 is one of the most tremendously beautiful cars ever built. Ever in the history of time. It is a fantastical thing with the little cut-off lights. In a state form, there's nothing else like it. This isn't a 159. This is the Alfa Giulia. And it's beautiful. If I look out the window at it, if I was sitting in my house looking out the window at it, I'd go, oh, ow, what a car, it's so gorgeous. If I think with my head for a minute, I go, what? Why am I buying a car like that? So let's go to good points. Let's have a look at the good points. Steering, fab. The best steering I felt in a car in such a long time. It's so pointy and poised, and you place the car exactly where you want it on the road, and woo, off you go. Power delivery, beautiful, seamless. Noise, dodgy, risky for the diesel engine. It's very clattery and like a diesel. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Rather a petrol engine in it, obviously. Materials used, nice. There's good materials. I can feel how hand built it is. It's like there's a little stitch right there that is kind of bunched, like the way it's been stitched on the steering. So I can actually feel that somebody did that. That's a human that did that. It's not machine that did that. Dashboard, lovely. Gear stick straight out of a BMW, without a shadow of a doubt. That is Beamer's gear stick. The knob here at the back is straight out of an Audi. The layout there is straight out of an Audi. So they're learning. Alfa's learning. Now, this is designed really primarily to compete in that segment. BMW 3 Series, Mercedes C-Class, that's also a Mercedes as well, by the way, and Audi A4, for instance, will be in that realm. That's exactly where this is designed to compete. Can it? In terms of handling, power delivery, seating position, general practicalities, room inside, it's all fine. It's fine. The doors are a tiny bit small, but that's okay. I'm still not going to get too head up about that, because unless you're a fat bit like Clarkson, who complained on his last series of the Grand Tour, that the doors are too small for him to get out. Piece of advice: lose a bit of weight. So the first day I got it, I noticed this thing here in the middle started to creak and just hasn't stopped since. It's giant door there, just continuously makes noise. I went to Radiohead, the concert Radiohead, the other night, and when we drove up, there was a rattle in my door here that drove me insane. God, it was so noisy, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. I even opened the door and closed the door while driving to try and figure out was it just the way the door closed. Nope, stayed there all the way there. On the way back, there was a rattle over there. There was no rattle here anymore. It was over there now in the glove box. Tore the car apart looking to get rid of the rattle. No. This car is a 2016, late 2016. It's got 13,500 kilometers on the clock, and it's a press rotation car. I would expect the acceleration life of this car is somewhat accelerated by the press journalists. We do test cars. There's another rattle. There's a whole new rattle in the car. I know you can't hear it on the mic, but I can hear it as clear as a bell behind it. It's like someone sitting in the back seat and the seat is creaking because of it. There's no one sitting in the back seat. And still I love the thing. I can't, it hurts. Alfa Romeo hurts your brain. I love this car. I love driving this car. I'm impressed in every respect about this car. That's a new squeak entirely. There's a whole... It's very much an Alfa. The 4-leaf clover version, the whatever you want to call it, Quadrifoglio, whatever it is that you want to call it, name it what you like, is the best car in the world. Just is. If you're buying anything else, if you're looking in that market and you buy anything else, you're catastrophically insane. It doesn't matter if you're looking at a Ferrari or you're looking at a Lamborghini. If you don't buy the Alfa Romeo Giulia, a cloverleaf version, you're at nothing. But this, I want to love it, Alfa. I want to breathe in that Italian beautifulness in the car, and I do. I see the outside. I see myself in windows of shops passing by and go, oh my god, look, that's so cool, and I look so cool driving it. I look fab. I want to stay in this car forever. But then the rattles start, and the gear stick, which is definitely out of a BMW, and this knob here, which comes straight out of an Audi or a Mercedes, depending on who copied who in that one, and you can actually hear that squeak back there somewhere. It's like a mouse. So the drive, you've got DNA in these things, right? Dynamic, normal, I think, and then you have like this efficient version, which is A, right? I think it's efficient. Everything goes green on the dash. When I go to N, everything goes blue, and then when I go to A, everything goes red, right? Now, it's an Alfa Romeo. You could disconnect the traction control. Not so sure it's a good idea though. But you can't turn it off. So I've been rooting around in the menus trying to find out where the button is to turn the traction control off, like properly off. But I can't find it. I've pressed all the buttons, the ones that say you're turning it off. It doesn't really turn anything off. At least I can't find it anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll stand correct. This is the internet after all. I'm sure my wonderful subscribers will tell me exactly where that bloody button is, but it's around there somewhere. You can flick that over to manual there, and you can take over on the flappy paddle box, which, because this is a diesel, you're not really going to get much noise. It's not unpleasant, it's just not very loud. So it's okay, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense noise-wise. But power delivery is sublime, and turning and poise on the road is absolutely, without question, the best that you're going to get. Near as makes no difference what BMW does. Only better. Look, I could turn right in on that corner now and just zoom along there. And I didn't have to break the speed limit. I could feel every inch of the car flex and turn and move as I push through every corner. And that's wonderful. I'm not sure where the build quality has gone wrong in the car, because everything else is spot on. But it just feels like, with all the rattles and noises and squeaky bits and things, you're kind of going, God, can I really look at the 14 million people or whatever it is that's watched the channel, and really can I say, listen, you should definitely buy an Alfa Giulia. I think you should definitely own an Alfa in your life. I think at some point of your driving career and your history, I think at some point you should probably own an Alfa, just to experience what an Italian car is like. And this, the Giulietta now isn't really that Italian feel anymore. The Giulia is though. The Giulia really does actually feel like an Italian car. Temperamental, a little bit annoyed, sublime at the right moment, and then suddenly you feel like an idiot behind the wheel because the car doesn't do what you want it to do. There's another rattle now in front of me. Would I buy this instead of a 3 Series Beamer, an Audi A4 C-Class? Using my head? No. Using my heart? Yeah, I would. I would. As stupid as that may sound, yeah, I probably would. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you very, very, very much for watching. If you want to support this channel, you can do it over on Patreon, patreon.com/thenextgear, and give whatever you can, man. It keeps the channel free. Until the next time, I will see you on the first night.